Hey, what's up, nerds? I am your host, Smoky Bloons, and this is King of the Hill. We're here in game number 1 between Ryan Zhu and the theprimeone9. And Ryan Zhu has 343 wins, 200 losses, and the theprimeone9 has 1,283 wins, 354 losses. Jesus Christ! The first map is cards, which is always the first map for King of the Hill. This is game number 1 of their best of 5 series. Ryan Zhu is the knight, and the theprimeone9 is the challenger. Ryan Zhu says good luck, and the theprimeone9 says something probably. And no good luck from the theprimeone9. No, he says you too. Okay. So, holy cow, the theprimeone9 has an amazing record. That is a ridiculous record. Can he beat the Ryan Zhu at his own game? When I say his own game, I mean like obviously at the game that he is hosting, because he is the host of King of the Hill. But the theprimeone is he's starting off with a farm, which is a very interesting strategy for cards, and he's already lost some lives because of that. It's really, really hard to start with farms off the bat without losing any lives. So he's going to sacrifice some lives for that farm, and we're going to see if it pays off, because he's already down 139 lives. Quite a few lives there, whereas Ryan Zhu is still on his full 150 lives. Yeah, interesting farm strategy. And the question, I guess, is that will Ryan Zhu do his ice stall strategies again, because he seems to love that ice stall strategy, and I really doubt that he's going to change the strategy up just because the theprimeone9 is doing a farm strat. What I really like about Ryan's ice stall strategy is that he hides it. Well, he doesn't really hide it, but he doesn't start it immediately. You know, a lot of other people's ice stall strategies start on round 1, round 2, round 3, round 4, round 5, round 6. But sometimes Ryan Zhu starts his ice stall on round like 8, which is really late. But I really, really like it. It's like, it's almost like you're hiding your ice stall until, you know, so you don't need a shot until you need to. Because the reason about ice stall is that, the thing about ice stall is that it's actually the perfect counter to the farm. The farm loves short rounds, and the ice stall gives long rounds. Because the farm gives income, but only a set amount of income every round. Like, it doesn't increase depending, it's not like a per second income. It's like each round you get this much income. And so farms want the rounds to be like 1 second, because then in that 1 second they can get all of that money from the farm, but the one without farms only gets, like, you know, 1 second's worth of income, whatever it is. Whereas the ice stall makes the round go to 30 seconds, and he gets his full, like, 30 seconds, which is 30 seconds divided by 6, 5 times his income. And there it is, he's got the ice tower down on round 7. So it's really, really effective. It just so happens that Ryan Zhu's, like, late ice stall is really, really effective against the theprimeone9's farm strategy. So I think Ryan Zhu's actually had a huge advantage here. Because now the farm is kind of negated with this ice stall, because now his farm is just nowhere near as effective relative to Ryan's normal economy. You can just get so much more normal economy because the ice stall was making the rounds very, very long. Another thing that having farms means is that he has 1 less tower. So he doesn't have all 4 of his towers for attacking balloons. He has to use 1 of his towers up for the farm. And in King of the Hill, you're only allowed 4 towers. So it's a bit interesting that to see what he sort of sacrifices for this farm tower. Like what he hasn't got, because he has a farm tower. Ryan Zhu has got his 2-3 Boomer Monkey up, and the 2-0. I think that the theprimeone9 should do a quick yellow rush here, because if he did, he might be able to get some lives lost, because Ryan has not upgraded his Boomer Monkey up to a 3-0 ricochet yet. And whereas the theprimeone9 does have his 3-0 ricochet, and is doing a very, very fantastic job versus all of these balloons. And if Ryan was to do a Rego yellow rush, it would not hurt the theprimeone9 at all. The theprimeone9, that's a very interesting name. I wonder what it means. The prime. Because neither 1 or 9 are prime numbers. Guys, 1 is not a prime number. Just so you know that wine does not divide by itself, or it only divides by itself, but it doesn't divide by 1. It needs to... Anyway, it's not a prime number. I know that for sure. Also, a huge pink rush here. Ryan Zhu needs to get some defenses up. Oh, and not enough defense. So that's a fantastic attack by the theprimeone9. He saw the perfect hole in Ryan's defense, and now he is making Ryan lose down to 99 lives. So if and the theprimeone9 interestingly had to sell one farm for that, and he's continuing the attack with these Rigo yellows. Oh, that might have just been a mistake. He followed that up with normal yellows. So yeah, he sacrificed one farm, but he did a fantastic attack that got Ryan down to 96 lives. And Ryan, so the theprimeone9 getting regular economy now, so it doesn't seem like he's focusing on farming economy anymore. He's focusing on regular economy, but if he can just maintain this life advantage all the way to round 38, then he will win the game. And yeah, this is this fantastic play by the theprimeone9. Going for camo pink rush here. I don't know why. Oh, actually no, some got through. Did they get no? No. Oh, okay. I don't know what happened there. I thought I saw them get through, but maybe it didn't. Sometimes this game shows things happen where it didn't really happen, so it's kind of hard to tell. Meanwhile, Ryan is getting his tons of boomers up. Ryan is still sending camo pinks. I don't know why. Maybe he thinks that they'll get through, but no, I don't think they'll get through. Now, yeah, so if the theprimeone9 can maintain this life advantage all the way to round 38, then he wins the game. So, very, very great rush by the theprimeone9. This is why he has 1,000 something wins and only 300 losses. He is showing great skill so far in this game. So both of them getting their mortars. Ryan is still going for the ice stall. He's going massive number of boomer monkeys. Ryan seems to just have this one strategy he just really loves. This ice stall with boomer monkey strategy. That frankly is just really good. But it seems like he was just a little bit unprepared for that quick pink rush. It didn't kill him. No, so he's still in the game. He's still in the mix. He's still alive. He can still come back. But nevertheless, that pink push was just really effective. Really good. Okay, so theprimeone9 has shown his 4th tower. So he's okay. So now we know all his towers. He's got the bomb tower, the monkey boomer, the farm tower, and the mortar. So he has to use his 4 towers to try to win the rest of the game. And meanwhile, Ryan Zhu has only shown 3 towers: the boomer monkey, the ice tower, the mortar, and one last tower he hasn't shown yet, which is pretty exciting for me. Pretty exciting to see what his last tower will be. Ryan Zhu down to 36 lives. So I probably think that after Ryan has experienced that bit of a scare with that Rigo pink rush, he's going to be way more defensive than he usually is, and he's trying to play super safe so that the theprimeone9 can't make him lose any more lives. He's got 5 boomer monkeys down, and that should be plenty enough for ceramics. And meanwhile, the theprimeone9 is getting his Moe Maulers up, getting ready for round 18. 2 Moe Maulers and a 3-0 bomb tower, plus all these boomers as support is plenty enough for any Moabs I think that Ryan can send. And it's interesting that the theprimeone9 is a good enough player where he's completely adjusted, so he's completely ignoring his farms. And that's good, because he knows that the ice stall strategies makes farms like really ineffective. Because sometimes, you know, in a round that lasts 30 seconds, Ryan Zhu could get like, I don't know, 20,000, no, not that much, 10,000 income, no, maybe like 5,000 income in one round. And whereas the theprimeone9 with his farm, maybe he can only get like 1,000, and he just can't get more economy despite the round going longer. So in the later rounds, the regular economy balloons really pay off for those farms. But in early rounds, the farms are usually pretty good. So the theprimeone9 is adjusting really well by just completely ignoring his farm economy and going for regular economy instead. That's really great adjustment by him. And Ryan Zhu is getting his, I presume, Arctic Wind up. There it is. Yep, Arctic Wind up for round 18. And this is just Ryan's strategy. This is how he deals with Moabs. He has tons of 2-3 boomers, and the Arctic Wind can really slow down and help with the ceramics that come out of those Moabs. So Ryan is just getting more and more boomer monkeys. He got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, 7 2-3 boomer monkeys and a ricochet, which is plenty enough for any Moabs that the theprimeone9ers can send. But I'm pretty sure that Prime19 is good enough that he knows not to send. Never mind. I thought he was good enough not to know not to send a Moab, but he is going for Moab Rush. So I'm pretty sure this is not going to do anything. But we will see. He's actually going to send a regrow Moabs, so even stronger than regular Moabs. Ryan is going for the turbocharge to get rid of some of these Moabs. And the Prime19 has sent 9 Moabs. This is actually costing the Prime19 a lot of money, but they don't get even close to getting through. The Prime19 says, thought that would do more. So yeah, I presume he must have thought that, otherwise he wouldn't have sent them. So yeah, the Prime19 obviously just very unfamiliar with the strategy that Ryan Zoo is doing. He's never seen the Boomer Monkey and Arctic Wind combination before for Moabs. So he thought that the Moabs would have done more, but no, actually this defense is actually very, very strong versus Moabs, as we can see in this match, and we have seen in previous King of the Hill matches. But still, nevertheless, I don't think that that Moab Rush hurt the Prime19's economy too much. I think he's still okay, and he's definitely still in the lead with 138 lives to Ryan's 96. So Ryan is saving up some money for something. He's not sending any economy balloons for some reason, and looks like the Prime19 is not sending any economy balloons either. So I think either of them could go for a big rush right now. I feel like Ryan might go for a big rush because he still hasn't sent any economy balloons. Oh, here we go. So the Prime19 is going for a BFB rush. Will this do anything versus Ryan? Probably not, because if he goes turbocharge on his Boomer Monkeys, then they should be able to deal with this Moab quite sufficiently. Let's see how he deals with this Moab. So far he hasn't done anything, which is a bit disconcerting. Round 22. Okay, so there it is, the turbocharge. He's got more turbocharge. Okay, so the turbocharge is breaking that BFB, and he's getting it down to the Moabs, and he crushes the Moabs. So you see here on this map, the Arctic Wind is so good because Arctic Wind covers like most of the track, and that way, like even a rush as strong as BFB means that it can be taken down with this defense of Arctic Wind plus Boomers. Arctic Wind plus Boomers just seems to be a really strong defense, guys. I seriously think you guys should try it out, because it's working very well for Ryan, and it means that his defense is... The main thing about it is that obviously a lot of defenses can beat BFBs. I think even the Prime19's defense can beat BFBs. But I would argue that... no, probably not. I was going to argue that Ryan's defense is cheaper, but actually getting up like freaking 70 of these guys, with some of them being turbocharged, is pretty expensive. So maybe it's not the most cost-efficient defense, but it's a pretty cool defense. I really like it, because it makes your opponent think that they can send BFBs at you, and makes them think that they can send Moabs at you, because they're like, huh, you only have, you know, these Ricochet Monkeys, you only have these turbocharged Boomer Monkeys, surely that BFB can get through that. And actuality, they don't even get close to getting through. So yeah, just a really cool, neat strategy by Ryan Zoo. I really like it. Okay, so both of them are sending massive economy balloons now. It looks like, I'm not too sure why both players just save money for a period of time in that round 21, 22. Because I thought they were going to send some rushes, but I guess, I don't know, they just save money for no reason. So now that they're both sending lots and lots of economy balloons. Lots and lots of economy balloons. At this stage of the game, it gets pretty ridiculous, because your economy gets up to like the 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 sort of range. And when you get up to that stage, you can actually just like constantly send pink balloons for economy, and actually like still get more money. So the rate that you get income is even higher than the rate that you spend pinks. You just can't get economy. And pinks, by the way, are the fastest way to get more economy. You can't get economy any faster than pinks, because pinks are balloons that reload the fastest. So like they're much better than yellows, they're much better than blacks. They just reload really fast, so they can help you get economy really fast. But despite that, when you get to around like 25, 26, 27, it's just really easy to easy to get income, because your income is so high that you get income at an even faster rate than you spend your pinks, which is pretty ridiculous, to be honest. So I think we're gonna get to round 38, and I don't know. Maybe Ryan Zoo can do a big Zoma God rush. That's probably his last chance to do a huge Zoma God rush. I'm not sure how the Prime19 would have to defend against that. But you know, at the same time, maybe the Prime19 should just go for an attack first and do a Zone My God rush versus Ryan Zoo before Ryan Zoo can do the rush versus him. It's kind of like a little cat and mouse thing where, you know, the person who rushes first probably wins, but then again, if you rush and your rush doesn't kill your opponent, then your opponent basically auto wins because you've just wasted all your income on this rush. So both of them just constantly sending incoming balloons. These double Moabs are pretty strong. Oh, a monkey ace shown by Ryan Zoo. This is probably for ground zero. He hasn't actually put it down yet, so we get to see what he had, but the theprimeone9 actually doesn't know he has a monkey ace. So the monkey ace is Ryan Zoo's 4th tower, and that means I'm pretty certain, I'm 100% certain that he's using that for ground zero. And a ground zero is a very, very strong ability. It's probably the strongest ability in the game. It clears every single balloon on the map. Just every single balloon. It doesn't matter how many balloons there are, it clears every single balloon on the map. And it doesn't matter if they're... it clears Moabs as well as BFBs. The only thing it doesn't clear is Zone My Gods. It takes like quite a few ground zeros to clear a Zone My God, but every other balloons it can clear. And so Zone My God, a ground zero is a very, very strong ability, and I'm not too surprised that Ryan has it. But hold on a second. So there we go. So there it is. Ground zero clears the map. But hold on a sec. Zone My Gods being sent by Ryan. He's seeing two Zone My Gods. Can the theprimeone9 defend against these Zone My Gods? He's using the bomb tower special abilities, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. He's got lots of mortars down with the mortar pause, and it looks like they might be getting through, but looks like maybe not. Looks like it's hard to tell. Oh, he's losing lives. He's losing a lot of the victory, and GG. So the victory for Ryan, defeat for the theprimeone9. That was intense. Holy cow! I think the theprimeone9 almost defended that. He almost had that. But the double Zone My God, I think it was 2, it might have been 3 Zone My Gods from Ryan Zoo was just too powerful of an attack. Wow, that was such an intense attack. It took like everything that the theprimeone9 had to try to defend that, and it still wasn't enough. He tried to defend it with the bomb tower special ability, with the I think the Moab assassin. And he tried to defend it with the mortar special ability where it freezes every balloon for 5 seconds. That's actually a really special good ability as well. It's not as good as a ground zero obviously because it doesn't clear the balloons, but even just freezing the balloons for 5 seconds is like, it really helps a lot to defending. But even with 3 of, I think I saw 3 mortars, so even with 3 of those special abilities plus the Moab assassins, it still wasn't enough to kill 3 Zone My Gods. So guys, you know, if you ever get to round 28, yeah, just send lots of Zone My Gods, and it's going to be very, very hard for your opponent to stop it. And I'm actually curious that if the theprimeone9 sent that attack versus Ryan first, could he have stopped it with his defense plus the ground zeros? Ground zero is very, very strong, but Zone My Gods, it takes a lot of ground zeros to break a Zone My God. Maybe like, oh, I don't know, like a lot, maybe like 6 or something or more. So, and obviously 6 ground zeros are very, very expensive. So anyway, that's game number 1. Oh wow, that was only game number 1. I am famished, but game number 1, very, very intense between theprimeone9. I'm actually very, very surprised that Ryan Zoo won that in the end, because I really thought that with the life advantage that theprimeone9 had, plus he had a way, way, way better win-loss ratio, that he would definitely have that in the bag. But no, Ryan Zoo was able to come back with that 3 Zone My God rush in the end. And that's game number 1. Let's go into game 2. Here we are in game number 2. Ryan Zoo versus the theprimeone9. theprimeone9 has chosen Rally as the next map for game number 2 of the Specifier series. I just can't get over the theprimeone9's like record. 1-2-8-3 wins, 3-5-4 losses. That's like a ratio of something like 5-1, which is in the stratosphere of Speedo's record. I think Speedo has a record of 5-1 as well. But oh my god, that's such, for every 5 wins he has 1 loss. It's ridiculous. Okay, let's get into the game. Ryan Zoo going for Boomer Opener, and the theprimeone9 going for a Boomer Opener as well. So Rally is another big map. Usually big maps equals long games. It's really, really hard to kill somebody on a big map like this. But both of them are trying. Both of them are sending red economy balloons. And Ryan gets his 1-3 Boomer up quickly to deal with those red balloons. Meanwhile, the theprimeone9 has not. He's just upgraded to a 2-0. So yeah, a bit of a lull in this early period where both of them are doing quite predictable boomer openers. I think you guys have probably seen these boomer openings like 1,000 times already. You just try to get this 2-3 boomer opener, 2-3 boomer, and it just seems to be like everyone's favorite opener. Like everyone thinks that this is the best opener in the game. I've seen Speedo do it, Ryan does it, excuse me, the theprimeone9 does it, and all of these guys have amazing win records. And yet they do this with boomer opener. So they obviously just think it's just like the best opener in the game, period. And they do it on pretty much every map as well. Ryan's going for a little pink rush here. Can he get the theprimeone9 to lose any lives? Oh, it's getting pretty close sometimes, and that's fine. Oh, that's one. Oh no. Oh man. Oh. I feel like one of these must get through. But the theprimeone9 is obviously very confident that none of, and oh, by the way, Ryan is going for the ice stall again. But yeah, I'm surprised at this pink rush. It looks like they're just about to get through, and then they just get popped in the last second. Man, so I guess the theprimeone9 is very confident that pinks cannot ever get through with his boomer opening, with his boomer position, which is a very good position. Meanwhile, Ryan doesn't seem just quite as confident, so he puts another boomer down just in case any balloons get through. Oh, it's like so close, and even the theprimeone9 now is like acknowledging, okay, this is a little bit risky. Like maybe one of them get through, and there we go. See, that one would have got through. So if you didn't have that, that one would have got through. I think. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but then luckily he had that second boomer there, so it's all good. But now blacks, man, blacks are pretty dangerous. Maybe a black will get through. Maybe with the second boomer opener, it's okay. Oh, no. Okay. Oh my god, it's gonna be a heart attack. Because basically on a big map like this, all you need. Oh, there's a balloon going through. I think I see it. Is that a red balloon going through? No. So that was just another glitch with the graphics. Sometimes it shows red balloons going through where it doesn't. And it doesn't mean that the theprimeone9 is a hack or anything like that. Sometimes it just happens in the game where you see balloons go through, but it doesn't really. I've seen like Rigo Rainbow rushes where like hundreds of balloons go through. Well, it looks like it goes through, but then like they don't lose any lives, or maybe they only lose like 10 lives. I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, both of them have their ricochet out for round 8. They're not at all affected by the Rigo Yellow Rush. But yeah, for a big map like this, all you need oftentimes is to make them lose 1 life. You just gotta make them lose 1 life, and that's the game. So you gotta play very careful with this King of the Rules format. It's quite a unique format, and I think some people like it, some people don't like it. Some people think it's really cool because it means that lives are more precious. It means that big maps like this actually have a meaning. Because if you play with like 150 lives and you don't care if you lose them, well, I mean, everyone is just gonna get to round 38, and like no one's ever gonna. It's just gonna be like a draw every single time. So by having this rule where lives matter, it makes these big maps a lot more harder to play. And you can see there, the theprimeone9 almost lost 1 life. But in the end, no, his monkey still got it. If he didn't put that second monkey down, he would have lost 1 life, and that might be the GG for him if he can't do a big rush later on and make Ryan lose some lives. Okay, so round 9, and ooh, Ryan is going for a monkey village. So a monkey village, again, very good tower. It means that camo balloons just have no chance of getting past. Excuse me. And I wonder what the theprimeone9's camo detection will be. Okay, so Ryan gets his village up to a 0-2 pretty quickly, like really quickly. Nowhere near, round 12 is nowhere near, he's already got up to 0-2. Obviously just trying to be very, I don't know. In case it like forgets later or something like that. The theprimeone9 is using mortars for his camo detection, which is very good. Mortars are also very good on this map because of the huge bends. These huge bends mean that usually no camo balloons can get through, even the very fast pink camo balloons. But it depends on how perfectly the mortar's positioned. If he's positioned like slightly off, there may be a balloon get through. And I wonder if Ryan will test that mortar positioning. And yeah, he's going for it. So he's going for the spaced pink balloons. And this is probably the best ones to send to test his mortar. But no, the mortar is just positioned too well. And these camo pinks are getting through no problem. Sorry, not getting through. They're being stopped no problem. And now both players getting ready for the round 13 Rigo Rainbow Rush. So yeah, like you know, we have players as strong as the theprimeone9 with a record of 1,000 wins and 300 losses coming to play King of the Hill. So if you are watching this and you think that you have a good shot versus these guys, or just even just want to, you know, have a go, especially since you've seen these videos, so you might see a weakness in Ryan Zhu's defense, since Ryan Zhu is a knight that you have to get past. Alternatively, you can play Anacondas as well. Anacondas is the other knight, so playing either of them is okay. And I believe more knights will be added in the future, who are probably of similar skill level to Ryan Zhu and Anacondas, both of which are very strong players. But yeah, I'm actually very surprised that Ryan Zhu is holding his own versus the theprimeone9, because I'm pretty confident that the theprimeone9, with his impressive record, should be able to find a way to beat Ryan. I just think that he just has his win-loss record is just much better than Ryan's, and so eventually he's going to find a way to beat the strategy. Although having said that, the ice stall strategy is very strong, and you know, Ryan has shown that he can go no lives lost on a lot of maps in the past in other games. Okay, so Ryan has got lots of Boomer Monkeys up for round 15 in case of ceramics, and the theprimeone9 has his 4-2 bomb tower for ceramics and a lot of ricochets. So both of these guys are definitely versus any ceramic rush. They're both safe versus camera rush. So basically they're safe versus everything, and it's just time for both players to get more and more economy to get ready for the late game. So I guess we could talk about how you can play King of the Hill. There is a link in the bottom of every video which links to King of the Hill. It's basically hosted in the old forum threads for Bloons TD Defense Battles. So these are like the they're called the archive threads, but they actually like used a lot. I think hundreds of people still go there to view the thread, just because the forum structure, in my opinion, is a lot better than the current new forum structure. It's very hard to follow the new forum structure, and I mean, it serves its purpose for what it's supposed to do, which is just get information out there quickly. It's almost like a Twitter feed, as the new forum structure, but it's more like Twitter and nothing like a forum. And so this tournament, since it requires quite a bit of like information and quite a bit of organization, and just like larger posts with pictures and more information, things like that, it's hosted in the archive forum thread. So it's actually quite hard to get to, and some people have been saying that they can't post there anymore, which I'm not really too sure about that. I certainly can still post there. But yeah, go to the link below if you want to join King of the Hill. Just post in the thread to sign up for King of the Hill, and yeah, you get to play versus Ryan Zhu and Anacondas, which is in itself a dream. I think many of you know who Anacondas is. He's got a channel called Aliens Rock 50 on YouTube, and a very popular commentator for Bloons TD Defense Battles. Okay, so here we go. So round 18 is coming up. Moab's coming up. The theprimeone9 is using Moab Maulers as his defense, and Ryan Zhu is using his favorite. Tons and tons of Boomer Monkeys. He's got like way more this time. He's got like 9 Boomer Monkeys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 9 Boomer Monkey, and of course the Arctic Wind, which means that when those Moabs get popped, the balloons inside the Moabs are just completely worthless. They just never ever get past. They slow down to a snail's pace, and they're just completely useless and not dangerous at all for Ryan. So I'm interested to see what they're going to do from here. Last time Ryan won with a huge Zone My God rush on round 22, 23, and so let's see if he's going to use the same strategy again. And if he does, I really want to see if the theprimeone9 has adjusted his strategy so that this time he is more prepared for the Zomagod that could come at him. Because now that he knows a little bit better about how Ryan Zoo likes to play, I feel like the theprimeone9 is a player that is, like, you know, really smart. He had to be really smart to get to that win-loss ratio, and just really smart and able to adapt to his opponent. That's what King of the Hill is really about, because all the King of the Hill is best of 5, and if you play the King, it's best of 7. And this gives an opportunity to really adapt to your opponent and see where his weaknesses are and adjust for those weaknesses. And I think that's really, really cool, because a best of 5 series means you can adjust to each other, you can play mind games. You know, maybe Ryan will do Ice Stall for the first 2 games, and then do a completely different strategy for the other games. And the theprimeone9 would just be like, you know, adapting for this Ice Stall. He's like, oh, okay, cool, I finally figured out how to beat this Ice Stall, I finally figured this out. And then Ryan Zoo just like pulls out this other strategy that completely counters the theprimeone9 strategy. You know, who knows? Like, that's what's really cool about a best of 5 series, is like these mind games that you can sort of like predict, but then again you sort of can't. So it's like really, really good like strategic planning that you have to plan even before the match starts. You have to plan what towers you want to use. You have to plan, you know, how much economy you want to put on each round, and sort of plan when you want to rush and when your opponents are weak. So best of 5 series really gives a lot of room for good strategy. I really like that. Meanwhile, holy cow, the theprimeone9 has 6-7 Moai Maulers and 3 4-2 bomb towers. So he is safe for his everything. A BFB ain't getting through that. A BFB ain't no thing. Meanwhile, Ryan Zoo has still got his same old 9-10 boomerangs, and it's just, you know, it's really deceptive. It really looks like to me like, oh, a BFB can get through this so easy. Like, oh, come on, just 2 BFBs, easy peasy, it'll get through. But no, in previous games, Ryan Zoo has shown that these guys can really handle BFBs. These guys can just pop the outer layer and then pop the Moabs, especially with the turbocharge, and then that Arctic Wind just slows everything, and that's it. So round 23 now, people can send Zomagods if they want. Will they send in their Zomagods? Oh, and Ryan Zoo shows the Monkey Ace. He did a ground 0 there just to be safe. I guess he was a bit scared that Moab might have gone through. So Ryan Zoo has, yep, the Monkey Ace. So we know all 4 of his towers now. He's trying to put a monkey down, but couldn't fit. Maybe he should put it on low quality, because if you put it on low quality, you probably have more chance of fitting. And oh, Ryan Zoo sells his ice towers. So that's really interesting. So that means that Ryan Zoo now wants the round to go really quickly. He doesn't want to slow the rounds. He wants the rounds to go really, really fast. I wonder why he did that. Maybe he thinks that the later rounds can kill the theprimeone9. I'm not too sure. But for whatever reason, yeah, Ryan Zoo has stalled his ice towers. So now there's no more ice stalling. Now the rounds come pretty damn fast. And oh my god, I see a Zomagod from the theprimeone9. And Ryan Zoo, how's going to defend this? There's 2 Zomagods. Ryan Zoo is just making round 0s and bombing. Making round 0 and bombing. So this is called the buy and sell strategy. Basically, you just make round 0s, sell them, remake them, because the reason you do this is because you get the ability back. Because you only want the Monkey Ace for the ability. You don't actually care about his regular popping power. So you're trying to get these Monkey Ace. Oh my god, 3 Zomagods. Zomagod, 3 Zomagods. Zomagod. You're trying to get the Monkey Ace up to a 0-4 so you can use his ability, and then you just don't need him anymore. And actually, by buying and selling him, you can get a lot more ground 0s than you normally would. So this is a really, really cool strategy that you guys should know. It helps you a lot to deal with these Zomagods. It looks like that Ryan Zoo is actually dealing with these Zomagods no problem. Because all you have to do is crack the outer shell, and there, see what it is. Did you see that right there? You crack the outer shell of the Zomagod. It's like cracking an egg, right? And then once you crack the egg, the inside is just nothing. It's just soft. And one more ground 0 after you crack the egg, it just destroys everything. It's like smashing the egg with your fist multiple times. And then when you smash the egg with your fist, the outer shell breaks, and then you smash the yolk and the white, and the yolk and the white just disappear. That's what it's like using ground 0s on Zomagods. I think this game. Whilst I was even talking, I wasn't even realizing. So it looks like the theprimeone9 also has ground 0s, So both of these guys going for ground zero at their force tower, and it's going to be really hard for either of these guys to rush each other. Both of them just still on exactly 150 lives. They haven't lost any lives whatsoever, and they both have ground zero. And with the buy and sell strategy, it's just going to be really hard to rush them. Like you saw that the theprimeone9 sent 3 Zoma gods, and it didn't even get past like the first half of the track. Not even close. So unless maybe the computer can send like a strong attack in the future, in the upcoming rounds, these ground zeros pretty much mean that I think it's going to be a draw for both of these players. But we're going to see. I mean, maybe Ryan or the theprimeone9 can come up with an amazing attack on the later rounds, but they have to do this attack before round 38. Here comes a natural BFB. It's also interesting, I guess, that Ryan Zoo has got lots of these ninja, what are they called? Boomerang ninjas? No, what are they called? Ricochet. Anyway, he's a 4-0 Boomer Monkey, and they do pretty damn well. They pop the Moibs really well, and they pop the camos. You can see like 3 of those guys can just handle the Moibs by themselves. So that's pretty good. And Ryan may or may not put more of these, but maybe, probably 3 is just enough. Because to be honest, he actually doesn't need any of them. He just has the ground zero, which is just so strong versus anything except for Zomagods. And even versus Zomagods is pretty damn strong. So both of these guys recognizing that ground zero is just a fantastic late game tower. And I think you guys should learn something from this, is that basically with the ground zero, you know, Moebs, camos, ceramics, BFBs, you can send anything except for Zomagod, and 1 ground zero will kill it instantly. And it doesn't matter where it is on the map, it's just anywhere on the map it'll kill it instantly. And so because of that, a lot of people think that ground zero is a little bit overpowered. I definitely agree with that. I think that's way too overpowered. It should be like maybe only kill like regular balloons but can't hurt Moabs or something like that, because by itself killing a BFB is just really ridiculous. Another alternative maybe like something like the ability can only be used once every minute, like, you know, can't be used that often or something. I don't know, but whatever the fix is, I think at this stage of the game, you know, like they effectively have infinite ground zeros. They don't have just, you know, 2 or 4. They have infinite, because they can just like sell and buy them so fast. Sell, buy. You can make a ground zero every 5 seconds if you do it fast enough. So effectively they have infinite ground zeros, and that's just ridiculous. Such a ridiculously powerful ability. It just means that the opponents can't send anything to attack. Round 35. Round 35 is usually pretty hard because they have these camo balloons that come really fast, and it's actually really hard to defend. But who cares? Because both of them have a ground zero, and with ground zero, you can't lose. Oh, hold on a second. But Zomagod is coming through, so Ryan's doing a huge Zomagod rush. I see 2 Zomagods so far. I wonder how many Ryan's going to send. It's round 35 at the moment, so if Ryan can hurt 1 life before round 38, then Ryan Zuna is the winner. And I think that's what he's going for. He's going for this very late ground zero, sorry, not ground zero, Zomagod rush. And it's going to take Ryan, so the theprimeone9, a lot of, I think, ground zeros, basically, to stop this. So it's not very easy to see properly, but I think the theprimeone9 is just using constant ground zeros to defend against the Zomagods. So there we saw one. I think it's going to be like, sometimes he's going to do ground zeros, we can't see it. There's another ground zero. Boom. Every time you see the map with that huge boom, it's a ground zero. It seems like the Zomagods from Ryan honestly aren't getting through. They're sort of getting stopped actually really easily. These bomb towers plus the ground zero is just owning up the Zomagods, and I think it is just going to get a draw. Yeah, I don't think this rush is going to get through. Oh, here we are. Hold on a minute. I see a lot of balloons like going everywhere on his screen. No, but he still clears it with the ground zero. Round 37. At the end of this round, at the start of round 38, the game is going to be a draw. Is it going to be a draw? 150 lives to 150 lives. Both these players showing amazing skill, getting all the way to round 38 without losing a single life. losing no lives at all. And yeah, the theprimeone9 handling that huge Zomo. That was a huge Zomo God rush. He sent like at least 10 Zomo Gods. And there's the game. GG for both of them. Round 38 is here. That's the end. So it is a draw between RyanZoo and the theprimeone9. A draw on Rally, which means that in the best of 5, the first game 1-0 to RyanZoo, the second game a draw, so it's just 0-0 to both players, which means that we go into game number 3. And when a draw happens, the loser of the previous map picks the map again. So basically it means that the theprimeone9 gets to pick another map, because the whole point of that is to help the loser sort of come back, because he gets to pick maps that he likes. So he gets to pick another map, whatever map he wants, and that'll be game 3. So let's have a look. Game number 3, the theprimeone9 has chosen Temple as the third map. Now in King of the Hill you can't actually pick the same map twice, so the theprimeone9 has chosen Temple. What are going to be their strategies on this map? I'm going to guess that RyanZoo is probably going to do an ice stall. I actually haven't seen anything other than an ice stall from him, but I don't know, he also hasn't lost very much, so I don't blame him. I don't blame him for using a strategy that doesn't lose very often. If I wanted to compete and win and I had the choice of using a strategy that wins a lot or a strategy that doesn't win a lot, I would also pick the strategy that wins a lot. So both of them going for the Boomer opener. And RyanZoo, yeah, both of them go for the Boomer opener. RyanZoo is thinking about putting down a second Boomerang, which is really weird. Actually, no, not that weird. Oh, so that was just to save that one balloon. Ryan does not want to lose any lives. Wow, did you see that? So Ryan is super careful for King of the Hill. He doesn't want to lose any lives, and now he's sold it to get this Boomer up. So that was really interesting. So that just goes to show you how safe you have to play. And RyanZoo was completely prepared. He was completely expecting himself to lose a life there if he didn't put that second Boomerang down. But nope, he put it down and he saved himself that one life, which may just decide, honestly, just decide who will win or lose this game. You know, one life can make all the difference, especially if you're doing an ice stall strategy, which I think, by the way, I guess it sort of spoils that RyanZoo is probably thinking about ice stalling again, because he's very careful about not losing any lives. So both of them sending economy balloons. Oh, that balloon almost got past. Oh, I think the theprimeone9 should upgrade his boom. Okay, he upgraded in time, so he's not going to lose any lives. Both of these guys have very good boomerang spots. Although they're in the same spot, they actually do very different purposes. So you can see here Ryan has put his on last, and it shoots up this curve here. Whereas the theprimeone9 he's put on last as well, and it shoots at the not up, but it shoots like down and around. So it hits the track the second time. And personally, I actually like the right hand side for the boomer. I think it's a little bit safer because that second hook coming around and hitting the balloon second time is just so awesome. And it's always better to be able to hit the balloons twice than once, whereas Ryan can only hit the balloons once. But having said that, that right elbow bend really helps like follow the hook perfectly. So at the same time, you know, the boomer opener is still pretty damn good for the left hand side as well. Both of them getting another boomer up, getting ready for round 6, because those blacks can be troublesome. They can hurt some lives. And here it is, Ryan going for some black rush. But I think the theprimeone9 should be okay. It's like real scary. Oh, it's really scary. Oh, no. It's really scary for him because of that second hook. Sometimes it looks like the balloon might just get past, but then that hook just catches it, and actually doesn't get past. But it just looks really scary. And RyanZoo going for the ice stall here on round 7. So both of these guys still 150 lives on Temple. Temple is actually a really small short map, so I think there should be some rushes that either player can do that should be able to hurt each other. The theprimeone9 does not want to do any shenanigans. He's playing very safe, getting his 3-0 ricochet up very fast. And the theprimeone9 is saying, I have to be so cautious. And it's true. And King of the Hill, you just have to be really, really cautious. And it's good though, I like that because... And Ryan Zeus here is not used to it, huh? And does Speedo say anything? I guess not. So, oh, yeah, he says, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so Ryan Zhu does have quite an advantage in that he has practiced a lot more with this strategy, obviously preparing to defend his honor and defend the king as a knight. So he's very used to not losing lives, and he's very used to thinking about this way of playing Bloons TD Defense Battles. Whereas his challenges, at least for the first time they challenge, is completely not used to it. But having said that, many challenges, they can challenge as many times as they want. They can challenge 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 times if they want. And they only need to wait 24 hours before the second challenge. And furthermore, they have an advantage. There's a huge advantage for people who can see these videos, who's watching right now, and they know exactly what Ryan's strategy is, and they can plot. They can study the strategy over and over again. They can watch this video 100 times. Please watch this video 100 times, guys. Just each of you, just watch it 100 times. They can watch this video 100 times and plot and strategize and come up with a way to beat Ryan's strategy. And that's a really big advantage for you guys that Ryan Zhu just does not have. When Ryan Zhu plays his opponents for the first time, he's playing those opponents for the first time, and he doesn't know at all how they plays, but they know how Ryan Zhu plays. And that applies for Anacondas as well, the other knight, and any other knights in the future. So I think it's quite good that Ryan Zhu is showing to be a very formidable knight. Like, he's actually making it very, very hard for someone even as good as the theprimeone9 to... oh, hold on a second. Ryan's going for a camera pink rush. Oh, I think someone going through. Yeah, so theprimeone9 is losing some lives, down to 140 lives, 135, 130, and that's it. So wow, theprimeone9 has gotten down to 130 lives, and that might be just what Ryan needs to win this game. Ryan just needs to survive now until round 38, and that should be the game for him. But maybe the theprimeone9 can think of a big rush. Now Ryan has the village, so it's gonna be very, very hard for the theprimeone9 to do a camera rush, because that village is just makes it so that every tower in his radius can hit camera balloons. Well, having said that though, I'm pretty sure not all of those 2-3 boomer monkeys is within the village range. I think only like maybe the 4 of them, and that 4th one is just like a nothing boomer. So it's really just, it's only 3 of them. So if the theprimeone9 does like a big regrow rainbow rush with camo, I think those bottom 2-3 boomer monkeys just aren't in range, and they just can't hit any camo balloons. I'm not sure. Yeah, exactly. That's the wrong. I thought he clicked on the village, but no, he just clicked on the 2-3 boomer. But yeah, I think if the theprimeone9 can realize this, I think that's the way he can win this game. Is by realizing that village doesn't quite hit those bottom 2-3 boomers, and actually that Ryan's defense against camo balloons is very, very weak. And I think even Ryan doesn't notice this, so I think this is a great opportunity. If the theprimeone9 can solve this puzzle, can he realize this? Can he look at like Ryan Zhu's defense and say, okay, what is weak about it? What is weak about it? What can I do to exploit it? And see, as I can see, hold on, Ryan just going for a regrow ceramic rush, but it didn't do anything. Because I guess it's much easier for me, because I'm just like observing this game and I don't have to play it. But the theprimeone9 is busy playing the game. He might not have the time to really just sit down and think, sit down and study Ryan's defense. And yeah, he thinks he's lost. And Ryan says, "You may surrender if you wish." Yeah, I presume. Yeah, I guess surrendering is allowed in this game, of course. We will see if the theprimeone9 decides to surrender. But I really think he has a good chance. Look at this. The theprimeone9 asked, would this end up on video? The Ryan Zhu is recording, so he says yes. Come on! And theprimeone9 says not good for the viewer, so that's what a good guy that theprimeone9 is. He's looking out for you guys. He wants you guys to see some good games. So and Ryan Zoo as well. He says try your best. So theprimeone9 is gonna keep trying, and I think he still has a chance. He still has a chance. He just needs to figure out that some of these boomers are not in the range of the village. So for example, if he sends like a camo regrow ceramic crush, I think that will get past him because only 3 or 4 of those boomers can hit it, whereas Ryan Zoo thinks that all 7 of them can hit it. You see? He probably should do it sooner because as Ryan adds more 2-3 ricochets, then it's going to be harder and harder for theprimeone9 to do this rush that I'm suggesting. But anyway, theprimeone9 is very, very safe with his 4 bomb towers down and the mortar. I think he should get a second mortar. I feel like 1 mortar is just not really enough for this map. Even though he has the monkey ace flying around, but that monkey ace is not going to be that much defense versus any like a huge camo rush. And I think yeah, a huge camo pink rush should be able to get past theprimeone9. But on the flip side, you know, why should Ryan Zoo do a huge camo pink rush if he can just win the game by being really, really safe? When I say safe, I mean like not attacking. Because whenever you attack, it's always risky, right? Like you're always using money for something that hopefully will hurt him. Because if it doesn't hurt him, you just wasted that money, and that money does nothing. For a camo pink rush, it's not too bad because you actually get a little bit more income as well. But ultimately, it's really a lot of money used for pretty much nothing if your attack fails. So it's risky. It's risky to attack in this game. And so it's probably slightly smarter for Ryan if he just defends until round 38 and gets that late game and make sure that he can get to the end with no lives lost. So theprimeone9 says, so why did you guys choose to have knights rather than the old way? And Ryan Zoo says the wait list was really long, like 15 people waiting forever to play. Now you can play any time, anything, and Nobleman status sis still really good. Okay, so most of you probably won't know is that King of the Hill is actually in its 2nd season right now. And the previous season, Knights did not exist. So in the previous season, the tournament was a lot smaller. There wasn't as many people that wanted to play. But now it's getting really, really popular. A lot of people have jumped on the bandwagon and want to try to prove their worth. They want to show that they're the best Bloons TD Defense Battles player in the world. Let me just read this. So Nobleman is when you beat the knight, or what is it? And Ryan Zoo says yes. So yeah, just as explained before, when you beat a knight, you become a nobleman. And a nobleman is like a permanent status. You are a nobleman forever. And it's basically like a status that's one below a king. So a king is like literally the best player in Bloons TD Defense Battles, maybe even the best player in the world, and whereas a nobleman is like just one below that, and it's just somebody who can beat knights but can't quite yet beat the king. And so a nobleman is still very, 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 very impressive player and a very, very strong player. And the great thing about nobleman is like you can challenge the king anytime you want. Okay, hold on a sec. We're gonna have a huge BFB rush here. Ryan should be able to handle this. I have seen him handle BFBs before. Let's see how he deals with this. He's dealing with it with a turbocharge. Turbocharge does not seem to be doing too much. And okay, Ryan shows his monkey ace. He's waiting with the monkey ace, puts it down, upgrades it, and monkey ace blows everything up with the ground zero. And there's some more Moabs, so he's gonna need another monkey ace. And again, this buy sell trick is just it's just super effective. You know, it's really, really hard to get past the ground zeros because a player can just do almost infinite ground zeros with the way that with the fact that you can sell it and rebuy it. And it only costs you a few $1,000s total, because when you sell the stuff, you get 75% of your money back. And Ryan's going to go for another ground zero here probably. Oh, he's putting it pretty close, and there it is. Okay. So it seems like Ryan's defense is actually not enough to handle even Moabs. So either he puts some more defense up, or he just continues to use ground zeros to handle these Moabs. But it's pretty silly that he is using ground zeros from Moab. He should be able to get some more defense up, and I think that's what he's doing right now. So yeah, let me just, I guess, tell you guys a bit about the history of King of the Hill, as I really feel like Ryan is pretty adept at the strategy. He knows that it's going to be very, very hard for him to lose any more lives, especially with his ground zero ability. And now he's getting tons and tons of these 4-0 boomer monkeys, and they're very, very good versus any sort of Bloons or Moab combination. He's even getting a second monkey village up, which is pretty ridiculous. I guess he wants to make when he buys stuff a little bit cheaper. I think it makes it like 90% cheaper or something like that, or 90% off, 10% cheaper. Okay, so these Moabs aren't getting through anymore. And so yeah, a bit of history on King of the Hill. So King of the Hill was started a few months back, and pretty soon some good players signed up, and the first king, so Ryan just says you can challenge again. You can challenge again tomorrow now that you know how to improve, smiley face. So that's right. So yeah, that's the great thing about King of the Hill, is that you can play, learn, improve, get better, challenge again, and that's just fantastic. You know, it's a really good competition. I hope it really motivates all of you guys to get really good at Bloons TD Battles and try to become one of the best players in the world. And the theprimeone9 says, not 100% sure I will or not, but I know he will. I know he's a big fan, and I know that he's you know, with his record of 1,000 wins, 300 losses, or whatever it is, he's not gonna be content, you know, not being the king, right? He wants to be the king. He wants to show that he's the best. So I'm sure the theprimeone9 will be back, and we're gonna see more of him in the future, playing either Ryan Zoo or Anacondas. Either the Knight is fine. Both of them are very equally strong. And yeah, we'll hopefully get to see more of the theprimeone9 in the future, because he's a very, very strong player, and I really get excited when I see strong players like that, because that's what King of the Hill is about. It's about you know, getting you guys better, allowing strong players to come, so you guys can see the best strategies in Bloons TD Battles, the best strategies on that's possible in the game, and for good players like the theprimeone9, it pushes them to be innovative and come up with even better strategies. So obviously right now the theprimeone9's best strategy, his best strategy, still can't beat Ryan Zoo, at least not in this game, I don't think, and certainly not in the previous games shown. So, but that's partly because obviously theprimeone9 is not very accustomed to the King of the Hill rules, so he's not very used to the fact that he has to protect all of his lives, and that's something that you do have to adjust and get used to for King of the Hill. But once you get used to it, you know, it should be very good. You should be able to just come up with all these new, great, innovative strategies to make your opponent lose lives and then survive, or do a big rush and kill him, or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm just really excited for you guys to see this and participate in King of the Hill. And please, if you're keen, definitely go check out the link below and have a play. So now that the King of the Hill has gotten really, really popular, there's a lot of people that want to play King of the Hill, and there was a huge wait list of many players. Basically, the previous situation was there was a challenger wait list, and only 3 to 4 challengers could play at any one time, or could challenge the king. Because if too many of them challenged the king, then Speedo would just be overwhelmed, and he'd just be too many people asking for games, right? So the rule was that only 3 or 4 players could challenge the king at the one time, and that was okay at the beginning when there wasn't that many players challenging the king. But now that so many people want to play King of the Hill, so many players want to challenge the king, that that people were just waiting for weeks. They were literally waiting for weeks for a chance to play one game against Speedo, and then maybe they'll win, maybe they'll lose. Probably lose, because you know Speedo is freaking awesome. Speedo is amazing at this game. They're just waiting that long just to play one game, and you know we didn't get to show you guys very many amazing games. So now with this new system, I think it's much better. You have these knights, and that's Ryan Zoo and Anacondas, and the only criteria to be a knight, you can apply to be a knight. Just message Ryan Zoo, and you can apply to be a knight. The only criteria to be a knight is, 1, you must be pretty good. Just look at these games and see if you're sort of around, you know, Ryan Zoo, the theprimeone9, maybe maybe a bit worse. Around their level is okay. One is that you have to be very good. And number two, you have to be able to record games. So you have to have some sort of software recording, sort of screen recording software. And the primeone9 says stupid lag for some reason. I don't know why. But yeah, you need some sort of screen recording software that you can use while playing Bloons TD Defense Battles. And that usually means that you need a pretty decent computer, like an average to decent computer is required. Because on some of these later rounds, like round 35, 36, 33, 38, it's going to be really quite hard to record without lagging out. But both Anacondas and Ryan Zhu seem to be doing really well as knights, and so they're really good, and they're really good players, and they record, which is exactly what you need for the knight position. So yeah, you know, if you enjoy these games, and you like seeing this, go challenge them and have a crack. You know, might as well, and maybe you'll learn something along the way. Especially, it gives you a great chance to play a best of 5 series. It's not often you can play like best of 5 series, intense matches versus some very, very good players in the world. So Ryan right now is doing just ground zero spams, just making sure he stays alive, making sure there's no way that the primeone9 can kill him before round 38. He's even got a second Arctic Wind up. He's got up to a 4-2 Arctic Wind, which is even a stronger Arctic Wind. I think I don't even know what that fourth one does. I thought the Arctic Wind was already powerful enough. I don't know what the fourth. Let me just talk about that later. Okay, so the primeone9 is going for a massive Zoma God Rush, and Ryan Zhu is using ground zero spam to beat it. So ground zero cell, ground zero cell, ground zero cell. Let's see if it's enough. This is one of the shortest maps in Bloons TD Defense Battles, so it may be a lot harder to pop all of them before it gets to the end of the track. Because previously, I think the map was Rally, and in Rally the track is really, really long, whereas in this one the track is really, really short. So it may be possible for him to get these Zoma Gods to the end before Ryan can pop them with the ground zeros. But it doesn't look like it. It looks like Ryan Zhu is holding on pretty okay with his ground zero spam, and at the same time the primeone9 also has tons of ground zeros. And that's the game. Okay, round 38. GG. Draw, no, not a draw, sorry. A win for Ryan Zhu. Just getting those lives early on from that camo pink rush was enough to give him the win against the primeone9. And so Ryan Zhu goes up 2 games to 0. Fourth game is next because they had 1 draw in the second game. But it just goes to show how important it is to protect your lives in this game, because yeah, it's just these guys are just so good. They're so good at this game that they can get to round 38 without losing any lives. Ryan Zhu is gone. What is it? 2 games now. Round 38 with 150 lives. The previous round, the primeone9 got to round 38 as well with 150 lives. And if the primeone9, I think, if he didn't lose lives in that little timing, then he would have maybe got no lives lost as well. So yeah, just gotta be really, really careful with your lives in King of the Hill, and that's something for you guys to watch out on if you participate. Alright guys, let's go into game 4. Here we are in game number 4. The primeone9 has chosen Hydro Dam as game number 4, and I am very excited to see Hydro Dam again. I really want to see what the primeone9's strategy on Hydro Dam is, because we have seen Ryan Zhu's strategy on Hydro Dam before. Ryan Zhu's strategy on Hydro Dam is actually very, very good. I'm amazed he can pull off I'm not going to spoil it for you guys. Maybe he'll show it in this game. But currently it's 2 wins to Ryan and 0 wins for primeone9. So primeone9 needs to win these last 2 games in the best of 5 series just to make it a draw. And then when it becomes a draw, it becomes sudden death. And so basically whoever wins the next match wins. And Ryan's going to lose a life. So Ryan loses a life. So he's not going to maintain 150 no lives lost on this map, and it seems like it's even Ryan Zhu, what looks to be an expert ice staller, is not quite good enough to play this map with no lives lost. So he's going to lose quite a few lives here. He's going to lose maybe down to 10 lives or something like that. Meanwhile, the Prime9 has a boomer in an interesting spot, as well as a bomb tower. So, Ryan Zhu just using that one boomerang in that amazing position. And it kind of sucks for the Prime9 because he can't actually put the boomer monkey in the same position because it hooks the wrong way. So I guess somewhat of an advantage for Ryan, you could say, because he got the left side of the map. And the Prime9 showing a boat. So boat, bomb, and ricochet so far. So Ryan is attacking with some pink balloons, and I think some might be getting through. It looks like quite a few pink balloons are getting through Ryan's defense as well, so he's losing down quite a few lives. Only 133 lives now to the Prime9's 141, I guess. Prime9 just keeps losing lives, even though we don't see how he loses lives. That's probably the problem with this game sometimes. Sometimes you just like don't see balloons get past when they really do get past. And sometimes you see balloons get past, but they really don't get past. It's it's a bit funny like that sometimes, but that's okay. Just be confident that the real thing is the lives. So if they look like they get past, but they actually don't, then they actually didn't get past. It was just a glitch in the visuals. But yeah, the Prime9 has this boat shooting down. It's just a very simple 0-0 boat, a 0-0 boat shooting down this diagonal. And that's really cool. It's just enough extra DPS to be able to help this ricochet to shoot down this diagonal. But now Ryan is attacking with some blacks, and the blacks looks like they might be getting through. Certainly, yeah. So the Prime9 is losing some lives. So Ryan Zhu's just going constant, hard out, balls to the walls, attacking with these blacks. And in the meantime, the Prime9 is also trying to attack with blacks. But Ryan Zhu's defense is not falling to blacks. He's got very good defense against blacks. But meanwhile, I think there it is. Victory for Ryan. GG for the Prime9. And that's going to be the series. Ryan Zhu wins 3-0 against Prime9 with one draw. So, wow. Ryan Zhu is just... what an incredible player. He only has a 300 wins, 200 loss record. But he must have just... like really studied up on how to win King of the Hill and how to sort of almost exploit the rules of King of the Hill to win that way he does. And sort of he wins in a way that his opponents just aren't very familiar with. He wins with just like stabbing with like some balloons every now and then to get some lives down, and then just defending, just using that ice store to defend to round 38, and it makes it very tough for his opponents to try to kill him. So people with records even as strong as 1,000 wins or something like that and 300 losses, even with amazing records like that, still struggle and adapt to King of the Hill and beat Ryan in, I guess, sort of at his own game, because since he is the one that created this tournament. But I am confident that the Prime9 will take a look at these games, have a long think about where he was weak, and come back stronger than ever. And I do believe in the second time these guys meet, the Prime9 will be able to take Ryan Zhu down, because yeah, I just think he's a very smart person, and he should be able to solve this sort of puzzle almost no problem. So that's it, guys, for this Knights vs Challenger series. I am your host, Smoky Balloons. Thanks for watching. See you next time.